Good evening, hello and welcome ladies and greasers. Now, yes, it's yet another Gibson, and can you believe that these things came in brand new? They were for 1 year only, 2017, and they came in at 500 quid. Check it, 500 quid for a genuine made in USA Gibson Les Paul thingy. So what we'll do is we'll have a listen to it on clean, we'll have a listen to it on noisy, and then I'll go through the pickups and I'll walk you around it. So let's get cracking. How lovely it is to see this. We're about 6:20. It is September the, I don't know, 18th, 19th, something like that. It's a Saturday, so you can work it out if you've got a calendar or a telephone, which I do have, but anyway, I digress. So, we have the Gibson M2. I have no idea what the designation stands for. I don't know, melody maker with two pickups, perhaps because it's that kind of shape and that kind of thickness, I guess. In fact, what I will do in a second is I'll get you a proper melody maker out and we can compare the size and shapes. But you know, quite briefly. Now this thing is 3 years old, and quite frankly, it doesn't even have. This is like brand new, and it's even still got the original strings on from the Gibson factory. So what does it do? What's it all about? How are they selling a brand fire new, genuine made in USA Gibson for 500 quid? Well, you've got to make some savings somewhere, haven't you? So let's first of all have a listen to the pickups, which I will tell you about in a moment, and then yes, a walk around it and a little comparison between something similar. Okay, are you ready? it is to see this. We're on about 6:20. It is September the, I don't know, 18th, 19th, something like that. It's a Saturday, so you can work it out if you've got a calendar or a telephone, which I do have, but anyway, I digress. So, we have the Gibson M2. I have no idea what the designation stands for. I don't know, melody maker with 2 pickups. Perhaps because it's that kind of shape and that kind of thickness, I guess. In fact, what I will do in a second is I'll get you a proper melody maker out and we can compare the size and shapes. But you know, quite briefly. Now this thing is 3 years old and quite frankly, it doesn't even have, this is like brand new. And it's even still got the original strings on from the Gibson factory. So what does it do? What's it all about? How are they selling a brand fire new, genuine, made in USA Gibson for 500 quid? Well, you've got to make some savings somewhere, haven't you? So let's first of all have a listen to the pickups, which I will tell you about in a moment, and then yes, a walk around it and a little comparison between something similar. Okay, are you ready? So as you can see, what we have is a Les Paul shaped instrument with obviously the all-important brand logo, and we'll do the pickups first and then we'll have a look to see where they might have saved some money. So what you've got is you've got 2 humbuckers, and let's have a very quick okay, so that is the neck pickup. Let's go in the center. That is considerably brighter. I'll tell you what, you know, for all the budgetness about it, it still looks and feels like a proper Gibson. Make no mistake about that. Okay, onto the bridge or treble pickup, and same phrase. That's super. That is truly superb. Okay, so let's have a look round it. So, what on earth is going on with these? Well, they released them for 1 year only. It's called the Gibson M2, and I can only assume that the 2 refers to the amount of pickups that it sports. Now, let's take the strap off. So what we've got is, how can they knock on these out 500 quid? Well, I'm going to tell you. First of all, we're not mahogany. We've got a poplar body, maple neck. It does have a either rosewood or babinga fingerboard, which is, and I've watched some other reviews of these, and they complain about how the action is too high and it's not a shredder's guitar, and quite frankly I don't think they know one end of a screwdriver from another, because let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely fine. That the action is low and the intonation is spot on, and let's talk about that just for a second or two. So, on most of your budget Gibsons, the thing that crushes me is the fact that they have the just that lightning bolt wraparound compensated bridge, but this has got that combined. It's got the wraparound, but it has got the individually intonatable bridge salons. So it's superb. It's superb. It scores a point for me right there. What else so the bridge, great big thumbs up from Roxy, because if you want to swap the lightning bolt on your melody maker or whatever it is you've got that's just got the wraparound compensated bridge, then you've got to spend £100, and this comes with one already. Okay, so they save money, as we know. They save money on the type of wood, poplar and maple, as opposed to mahogany right the way through. They also save money on knobs, because as you can see there's only 2 of them. You've just got a volume and a tone. You've got the usual 3-position switch here, and I suppose that they probably saved a few quid sticking the output socket here rather than routing out and going through the side of the guitar here or thereabouts. Where else did they save money? I'll tell you where else. They saved money on the tuners. These are pretty standard Goto style tuners, but that said, there's nothing wrong with them. It stays in tune perfectly, as you've heard, and I've been mucking about with it for ages, because it's not only a nice thing to play, but it's nice, and you can stand and gig with this all night and it's not going to break your neck, and it's not going to break the bank either. So we've got, like I say, so there's no Grovers or Clusons, but so what? And they're absolutely fine. What else can we tell you? Okay, pickups now. You've heard the pickups, and I am absolutely in love with the pickups. They are superb. These are, I believe, Probuckers, which is what they put on the high-end Epiphones, and so but they're Gibson factory, they're USA. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these at all. They are superb, and I'd have these in any guitar at all. They are absolutely excellent. So the other thing that they did to save £1 or $2 here, $1 or $2 here and there, is if you have a look at the paint finish, you can see, you can see the grain through. I'm not sure if this comes up on the camera, but you can actually see the grain through the paint finish. Now, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Well, that depends upon your perspective. I like it because it means that after 20 or 30 gigs, you'll start to relic this rather nicely. And because they're not really old enough, I don't suppose, and of course nobody's been out the door for the last 6 months anyway, but I think that these will relic beautifully. So you'll get this rubbing on the on this rear bout here, and these are put together in the Gibson factory. They're not just cheap nonsense. It's a Gibson, and Gibson's byword is quality, and this guitar is absolutely no exception. And anybody who is making a fuss about tuners that may have come from Japan instead of the USA, quite frankly, they're being a little bit precious, in my humble opinion. So this is just the best way to get into a Gibson, and you can buy them for very, very, very reasonable prices. Not many of them were made, and I'm just having a look at the neck here in the lights. I hope that you can see this, but the figuring in the wood it's lovely. It is lovely. So proper proper Gibson, intonatable bridge, 2 excellent humbucks, and I am given to understand that the tone and volume pots are made in Korea, but you know, that, as far as I'm concerned, is a little bit of a so what. But they play great, they look great. I'm guessing that they're only going to be about 3 kilograms. I've not weighed it, maybe even a shade less. But hang on, let's just, before we go, let's just compare it size-wise to a 2006, 2010? Anyway, early to mid 2000s Melody Maker. Hang on, I'll be back in a tick. Okay, tick completed. So this is what I think that people will consider to be a proper Gibson inverted commas, but actually there's no such thing as not a proper Gibson. And let's just have a little look around this. So this has no scratch plate. The correct Les Paul Melody Makers did not have a scratch plate. They've got the dog ear P90, and you know, when you think about that and you compare it to 2 nice Pro Bookers, whether they are Epiphone or not, they're still, as far as I'm aware, US manufactured. And if we have a look at the thickness, you can see, I don't need to get a ruler out, you can tell with your eyes that they're pretty much identical. And again, size and shape, there's absolutely nothing to choose. It's just absolutely the same. So get yourself a Gibson M2. They come in at there's one on eBay at the moment, which I think is the same colour as this, and I think they want $4.99 for it, and it's pretty much like brand new, as is this. And they're not Woolworths audition guitars. They are proper Gibsons made in the proper USA factory, given the same care and attention to detail as Gibson do with absolutely everything, because quality is the only thing that Gibson is able to do. They don't have the ability to do anything less than a fabulous standard. So that's it from me. Thanks all ever so much for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it was helpful if you're considering buying one of these super instruments. Easy to play, you can stick it around your neck all night, and it sounds and plays fabulous. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.